Good day and welcome back to another DBZ Dokkan video. In this video we're going to be taking a look at the Strength Super Baby 1 and just how good he is in DBZ Dokkan at 55% in the hidden potential system. So we're going to take a look at him. Obviously he looks pretty good. I would say he's a support unit mainly, with a little bit of stacking, a little bit of growing in that sense, so that's all really solid. And then in general he's, I would say, looks quite reliable, quite a decent unit, fairly decent categories, and yeah, I think overall he has some pretty good function, but he does obviously have some limitations. But let's talk about him. So newborn Tuffle'S Super Baby 1. He is a transforming unit. He's a created body and mind or battle of fate category lead of Key +3, HP 200%, attack defense of 170, with an additional HP attack and defense of 50% for characters who also belong to Terrifying Conquerors, Final Trump Card, or GT bosses. He raises attack and defense for 1 turn and causes immense damage to the enemy, and he has Key +2, attack and defense of 250%, with a great chance of evading the enemy's attack, guards all attacks, created body and mind category allies, 50% attack up in his base form. When attacking with 12 or more key, he has attack and defense of 250% and an additional chance of evading the enemy's attack of 10% once off. That means for 1 turn only, he'll have 80% evasion. Now starting from the 5th turn, from the character's entry, or when there are another 3 or more created body and mind or GT bosses category allies on the team, he will be able to transform. His transformation will start automatically. You won't have an opportunity to control it. In terms of links, he has Thirst for Conquest, Metamorphosis, Big Bad Bosses, GT, Hatred of Sands, Nightmare, Fierce Battle. That remains consistent throughout the entire transformation. And then Artificial Life Forms, Battle of Fate, Created Body and Mind, Final Trump Card, GT Bosses, Giant Empower, Giant Form, Inhuman Deeds, Revenge, Space Traveling Warriors, Target Goku, Terrifying Conquerors, and Transformation Boost is his categories. Once transformed, he turns into Super Baby 2. Super Baby 2 is pretty good. He raises attack and defense permanently. Key +3, attack and defense of 250%. Great chance of evading the enemy's attack and guards all attacks. Created body and mind category allies have 60% attack. He randomly creates key spheres of a certain type 2 strength key spheres. When attacking with 12 or more key, his attack and defense of 250% and chance of evading the enemy's attack up 20%. When all allies attacking the same turn are extreme class characters, he'll foresee the enemy's attack and launch an additional super. When all allies attacking the same turn are created body and mind category characters, his chance of forming a critical hit and damage reduction go up 30%. With 3 or more key spheres obtained, or if there's another superclass enemy when the character presents a key sphere, he will have attack of 120% and chance of performing a crit of 30%. With 5 or more key spheres obtained, or if there's an Earthbred Fighters category enemy when a character obtains a key sphere, he'll have attack of 120% up and chance of performing a crit of 30%. What that means is if you can meet all his requirements, you will have 90% crit chance, you will also have another 240% attack, and you'll have damage reduction of 30%. The big thing is if you cannot hit all of his requirements, the Created Body and Mind one is probably the hardest one, just due to the fact that running a only corroded body and mind team isn't necessarily the easiest thing to do. So my suggestion would be probably to not focus too much on that. You can do it, you cannot do it, but you're better off just running him on GT bosses anyway, just due to the sheer functionality of the team and how everything functions. So overall, that would be my honest suggestion from the point of view of running him. Now he stacks attack and defense, which is great, but he doesn't stack it super duper hard. So you are going to have to kind of like, focus in on making sure that you have him in positions where he can work. Events that disable evasion, not going to work too well for Baby, because evasion is still his core defense mechanic. But once he stacks stuff, he can hit pretty hard, and if you can fulfill all his attack requirements, he can hit pretty hard. So all of that is really, really good. Now in terms of his transformation, so he has one more transformation. It is a giant ape form, it is really quite good. He can turn into a giant ape for 2 turns, and it can be activated immediately on his next starting turn. So he doesn't have to do anything. He will automatically activate that, or you can automatically activate that giant ape form the moment you get past his initial turn of being in Super Baby 2. And that Super Giant Ape is really good. So in the Giant Ape form, he massively raises attack temporarily on his super attack, whilst causing destructive damage to the enemy. He has attack with 300%, additional key +1 per key sphere, and performs a guaranteed crit. But his big thing is his active skill. So Revenge Death Wall, I believe, is the first active skill that a Giant Ape form has. So it's the first time ever there is an actual Giant Ape form active skill. And so in regards to this, it is obviously super important to use it properly. It raises his attack by 700% temporarily, which is pretty good. And obviously, in terms of that, it is going to be a focal point to make sure that you use the skill correctly, because it can cause big damage. Baby himself, in fact, can do decent damage. It's not massive damage. It's not, like ridiculously impossible damage, but it is good damage. Like, it is very good damage, and obviously couple that with the added natural benefit of it being a giant form, which, as we all know, is very important, because giant forms are able to skip turns, skip mechanics, absorb damage. There's a lot of great uses for it. So for me, looking at everything, I would say that for myself, I would think that your best option will be to use that active skill ASAP. So you can use it on cooldown, but obviously the more you stack, the better. But I think for me, all in all, it's really like a focal point to rather say, okay, I'm going to instead use it when I need the damage, or when I need to skip this core function. So if you can do that, things become a lot easier. Baby overall is really great. I think he is really, really awesome, and I'm super duper impressed with him. So for me, he's just really good. And I think his giant ape form, the active skill, everything in it is also really, really good. So I'm very happy with Baby, very happy with everything he does, and yeah.